Hi guys, and welcome back. I am in the same outfit because I decided to film part 2 of this diary on the same day. So if you have not yet watched part 1 of this diary with Moinetta, please, I really recommend you go and get a good dose of that. And we're going to get right into this part 2. So let's open her up. Okay, yeah, up. And I think I'm going to find a better, I better have a better bookmark than that. All right, guys, let's see. I'm so excited. She is wonderful. I love Moinetta. Okay, so we are on the 12th of January. She says, colder, dull, snowing some, wrote to Varna. Mrs. Nudd went shopping. Got me bread and jelly. Ooh, I wonder what kind of jelly. Moinetta, why didn't you write what kind of jelly? My favorite really is grape, but my next favorite is strawberry preserves. Okay, mail just came. Mail call. And I don't know what she wrote after that. Letter from Jessa. Have answered it tonight. So in the 50s, you got a lot of letters. They're probably more, you probably got letters more often than phone calls, and you probably received physical visitors to where you are than you did phone calls. Okay, the 13th. Fine. Bad walking. Was she walking bad, or was the weather so bad? But it says fine. Bad walking. Okay. Gertrude watched for postmen and took over the letters. Martha Chipman from Arlington phoned. She's a stranger. Literally, it is in parentheses. I won't get that close. A stranger that she had handed at Ned Aikman, Florida, that she had boarded. I don't know what that is. So a stranger handed, trained at Ned Aikman, Florida for 11 days, thought this was lovely. They sent love to Ma. So maybe they, Ned, I'm just going to leave it because I don't know what she means. But whoever they were, whatever the situation is, they sent love to Moinetta's mother. And I love that she calls her mom, Ma. Talked with Mary Maxwell with Burl. Okay. Day 14. Very fine. Simply beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy they had good weather. Gertrude, mostly letters, and I'm going to write Mrs. Fraser. Okay. Have just written. Postman has come, and I had letters from Verna and somebody. Also one from somebody else. Verma sent clipping that Lloyd Bates' little boy had been killed at a location. Beaver Harbor. Verma sent a clipping that Lloyd Bates' little boy had been killed at Beaver Harbor by a car. Just going to school. So sad. Oh my goodness. That is so sad. Oh, poor little buddy. That's sad. Okay, the 15th. wonderful morning. Very fine. Snow melting fast. Mrs. Hopkins came in on my way to church. Burl's coming home. No mail. Burl came home about 4 p.m. Best birthday dinner for Gertrude's birthday, January 18th, which is in 3 more days. Ham, peas, strawberries, and ice cream. Something me, it looks like half pound of tea. Burl sick at night with a cold. Oh my goodness. Got 1 bottle of milk. So wait, this is Burl came home from wherever she was, and I think we determined Burl was a female, possibly Gertrude's daughter. They had a best birthday dinner for Gertrude's birthday party. Yeah, Burl was sick that night with a cold. So Burl came home. Wonder if she's away at college. She came home and had a cold, but after the birthday celebration. So hopefully nobody else gets sick. Okay, but they sound like a delicious dinner. Ham, peas, strawberries, and ice cream. Give me some of that. Okay, day 16. Beautiful day, just like spring. Aw. Burl's sick this morning with cold. Has to go back to hospital if able. Okay, that leaves me with questions. You too, right? A letter from Francis, all well. Burl's feeling a little better. Left for hospital at 5 to 2 p.m. Still fine, but clouding up. So, wait a minute. So, Burl must work at a hospital out of town. Okay. So, she was sick. She's feeling better, and now she has to go back to work. All right. The 17th. Wonderful morning. So much sunshine, but cold. 12 above this morning. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? 12 above freezing? That's cold. Just like spring. Gertrude went to Melrose with Mrs. Coswell and Norma. Got me $2.98 worth of groceries. See, that's not very many groceries. But if you're living with someone, you're staying with someone, you're paying for your own food, it sounds like, most of it. You probably don't need that much. In the 50s, $2.98 probably got you a fair amount. Mrs. Hopkins here to supper and evening. Very cold when she got here. Was that the weather or Mrs. Hopkins? I'm sorry, I'm a jokester. Anyway. She left before Gertrude. She left before Gertrude brick ice cream. It doesn't say brought. Brick ice cream for birthday. And a brick of ice cream is exactly what it sounds like. And I happen to know because I did read ahead to a page where it talked about the brick ice cream, and it's just basically what, you know, you can buy a carton of ice cream now. They call it a brick of ice cream. So Mrs. Hopkins left before she got to have any ice cream. Ida phoned that she had wrist broken. What is happening? Talked with Burl. Cold is better. She had a letter from Archie. You know what? I wonder if Archie and Burl are a couple. Because remember, Archie came and visited like a day or two after Moinetta got to Gertrude's. So, it sounds like she's staying with Gertrude. I don't know what relation she is. And Burl is Gertrude's daughter. And Archie is either a husband or a boyfriend, a suitor of Burl's. Okay, so Burl's cold is much better. And she got the letter from Archie from Newport News, sailing for Italy. I wonder if he's in the military. Wow, he might be in the military. Okay, the 18th. Raining. Did not go to church. And she wrote that big. Did not go to church. Gertrude has earache. This is her birthday. Oh, got her presents. Ira listened to Dr. Powell at Tremont Temple sermon. I cannot read any of that. Cleaned away since noon and now fine. Cleared away since noon, now fine, sorry. Listened to Billy Graham speaking from Tallahassee, Florida. Told of the trip to Korea. I wrote to Ned and Sadie and Francis. So she's listening to Billy Graham again, and he was discussing his trip to Korea. That's pretty cool, and he was in Tallahassee, Florida. So that's very cool. I said in the last video I live in South Florida. Actually, I lived in South Florida for most of my life, and now I am in North Florida and directly across from Tallahassee on the other side of Florida near the top. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. That is also probably, pardon me, I gotta yawn. Oh, it's a great bedtime story. I'm so sorry. But that's historical too. Okay, so the 19th, and I keep looking at the time, just want to make sure. Very fine. Gertrude got cards from Verma and Jessie. I got transcript from Mrs. Fraser. Do you think they considered a transcript the same thing as a letter? Wrote to Archie to Italy. Sent Mrs. O'Brien a birthday card and letter. Sent Minnie a letter and a birthday card. Buddy Corkum taken to the hospital for treatment on back. Getting worse. Oh, Buddy. I wonder if he was one of those that was shoveling that snow during that horrible sleet and snowstorm. All right, the 20th. Fine. Inauguration. Oh my goodness, guys. Inauguration of new President Dwight Eisenhower. Gertrude and I walked over to Mrs. Campbell's for the day to see it on the television. Ira went over at 11:15 a.m. I stayed until 5 p.m. They were home. Couldn't get in. Couldn't get in us. I couldn't unlock the door. Oh no, they got locked out. What? So she stayed until 5. She went to see this inauguration of the President Dwight D. Eisenhower, and then she stayed until 5 p.m. And when she got home, she couldn't get in because the door was locked. Gertrude came over and opened the door for me. That is such a helpless feeling because you're like, you're looking in the window and you're like, I see you, but I can't get in, and you can't, you're talking to no one. Okay. Norma called from blah, blah, blah. I don't know. She set up table in living room where we had lunch. Angel food cake. Oh. Icebox cookies. I don't know what those are. And delicious fruit cake. And tea. It was a beautiful sight. Not a glitch. A glitch? And Mrs. looked grand and noble. At 11 p.m., back we went to see the ball. but it didn't amount to, it didn't amount to anything. So, got photo from Ray. It is beautiful. It's as I thought. I wrote him at once. So they watched the inauguration on TV. They got locked out of the house. Somebody set up a beautiful, sounds like a luncheon tea spread. Wasn't luncheon though, because she got home at 5 p.m. So it was like a dinner spread with delicious goodies, or maybe it was just dessert. And then there was a lady there who was dressed up for a ball, and she looked grand and noble. And then at 11 p.m., they went back to see the ball, but it amounted to nothing. I don't know why I find that funny, but okay. They stayed up late and it didn't amount to anything. What? Okay, guys. I'm going to read one more and then we're done for part 2. So this is the 21st. Sort of dull, but not storming yet. Got a card from Alice and the group, and letters from Verna and Francis. It seems like she gets a couple letters, a letter like every day or every other day from her family. Mr. Cantor from Moncton has passed away, and I'm sure I pronounced that incorrectly. Oh, so somebody passed away. Raining in the morning and the evening. Gladys has invited us down to her place in Melrose tomorrow for lunch. Coming for us. So she's going to get picked up, probably her and Gertrude, and her friend Gladys. Their friend Gladys is coming to pick them up, so they'll have a good time. But sad news that they know somebody that passed away. Okay, part 3. Sorry. I'm just like, did I read this? January 22nd. Yes. Fine, beautiful day. I'm squirreling. Oh, let me put that out. I just wanted to show you the diary again. Okay, fine, beautiful day. Mrs. Emerson is driving. Gladys Todd came for us and took us down to Melrose to dinner. Lovely home near Mother. Ida was there with a broken wrist. Ouch. Mrs. Hutton also there. They brought us home at 5 p.m. At 8 p.m., Kenneth and Jessie phoned from Hamilton. It was wonderful to hear them. Jessie some better. Her voice sounded so clear and good. Okay, so what happened to Jessie's voice? Wow. And they were in Hamilton. Okay. Poor Jessie. Here we go. The 23rd, 10 a.m. Very fine. Sun shining brightly. Was it like 20 degrees out? Because I am being silly. I went into Mrs. Nudd's and got weighed 115 pounds. That's excellent for her, I imagine. It sounds great. About 5 o'clock, I went into Mrs. Cogswell's and bought some stamps and a sympathy card to send to the Caston family. Their father had passed away. I talked with Arva, and I also talked with Hannah. Maybe she's checking with Hannah to make sure she got all 6 of her luggages. Okay. Day 24. It rained all day. Gertrude went to Melrose shopping with the Campbells and got me groceries, $1.35. Is it not just such a stunning contrast between groceries? Like, I went and spent easily easily $200 on groceries, and that's not even including getting meat. That, you know, you all know. We are all living in today, so we all know the cost of groceries. But back then, $1.35. Mrs. Penn was in a while tonight. Her son Jackie is to be married tomorrow at Melrose. She invited Gertrude to go to the church wedding. Still raining with heavy wind. We have just finished setting the table as company is coming tomorrow. So they set the table for the next day. Oh, a reverend and his wife. So they're having visitors the next day, and they've already preset the table the night before. That's pretty interesting. And Gertrude was invited the day before a wedding to a wedding. That sounds like a faux pas, but probably back then it wasn't like it is today. You know, you send the invitations out. I think things were, even for weddings back then, they were more, not necessarily casual in look, but not so strict in, you know, sending out invitations and stuff. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. The 25th, fine weather. Went to church, and Gertrude and Mrs. Hopkins entertained the Reverend. I was just looking back at the name. Gertrude had deliveries, chicken pie, etc. Mrs. Hopkins and I washed dishes while the Reverend took Gertrude and Mrs. back to the church to see Jackie Penn married. Back to supper. Had to leave dishes. How many dishes did they have? Had to leave dishes and went back to church with the Backs. Mr. and Mrs. Whitney brought us home from church. We liked Mr. and Mrs. Back very much, and I believe that that was the Reverend's name. I mean, they were doing some dishes, and then they had to go. So that was waiting for them when they got home. But that's the price you pay when you're entertaining, and they obviously had a wonderful time. All right, the 26th. Very fine. We are tired. I have written 2 letters. Mrs. Nudd was in and got me 2 loaves of bread and a jar of jelly. Oh. Okay, guys, the 27th. Just watching the time. Fine but cloudy. Gertrude washed and in afternoon, Gertrude and I went down to Franklin Square, sounds like a shopping center, and got some cards. Take a breath. About 11 a.m., Uncle Elmer, in quotations, called and stayed nearly an hour. Had a very lovely talk. He is an on-the-air personality every Sunday morning with a number of young people. His name is Elmer Herskin, Public Reading Department. Oh, I don't want to continue. She wrote down the address. Began snowing in the evening. So these, I wonder if Gertrude must be well in the social circle because she's getting called on by a on-air personality. And maybe it's a called on by a church member who knows this on-air personality. They do a lot of church things, so it's possible that it's not necessarily, you know, a celebrity as in like Hollywood, but more in the church group. So his name was Uncle Elmer, and I am sure that this information will be added to one of my other videos that will sort of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Bring together all of the historical aspects and the cool aspects. I'll do a video with like graphics and maps and stuff like that, that bring all these little details into focus. And we'll see what I can find on Uncle Elmer, because I know there's got to be something on him, right? All right. The 28th. We might get through January. Raining, snow all... Oh, raining. Snow is all gone. Mrs. Cogswell... Something in at noon to have pancakes and sausage. Oh, I know what it says. Hold on. Mrs. Cogswell invited in at noon to have pancakes and sausage. Having pancakes and sausage on a Wednesday at noon? Wow. Brought aprons over to show us. Went home at 2 p.m. So Mrs. Cogswell came at noon, left at 2. Letter from Verna. Then we had sleep. They have done a lot of entertaining. Do you see that? They've done a lot of entertaining. So they're tired. Beautiful. This is the 29th. Beautiful fine morning. Burl coming home today. Ida coming up to supper as this is her birthday. So now it's Ida's birthday. Burl and Ida both came and we had an enjoyable evening. Ida's arm is better. Wait, is Ida the one that broke her wrist? Hold on. I said, hold on. I'm going to see if she's the one that broke her wrist. Ida, I will find that out. You guys probably remember I don't have a great memory, so that will be part of my roundup. So it's Ida's birthday, and they had a good time. Midnight is when we got to bed. That seems very late for a Thursday night, right? Even for me. We all gave her small gifts. Aw. Eclipse of moon. Beneath 6 and 8. I don't know what that says. Eclipse of the moon. Not beneath. Between. Look, here, look. Between. And listen, guys, I do not read these ahead. I have read some pages ahead, but just randomly through the book, because I want to give my actual true reaction. And if it causes me to not be able to read as quickly or stutter or stumble around, that's fine, because I'm giving my true reaction. And I don't know, has anybody else been able to relate to anything that this woman has written? I have. So they got to see a eclipse of the moon. So now we have 2 more days, and I'm going to finish this 3rd part, and then you'll just have to come back for part 4. Okay, so the 30th, which is a Friday. Fine, beautiful, all well. Nice. Burl went back to Newton. Oh, I think this gives the hospital. Nenton or Newton Hospital. So that is definitely going to be in my roundup. So she went back at 1. Card from Francis. Gertrude went shopping nearly dark with the Cogswells. Came home and found Mrs. Hopkins here. She stayed for supper, and we played Lexicon all evening. Okay, guys, there's another thing. Lexicon. It's a game of some sort. We're going to find out what that is. And, hey, Google, what is the vintage game lexicon?
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Oh, it says it's a classic card game. Perfect challenge to play with friends and family. Use it to practice critical thinking and spelling skills. So that was a card game. Skill, laughter, and interest. The game was first produced in 1932 and copyrighted in 1935. It consists of 52 cards printed with letters of the alphabet and score values. The aim of the game is to make and then change words. Hey Google, cancel. Hey Google. I don't know what's happening. That's weird. Okay. Okay, she's touchy. So Lexicon is a card game. I will try to include any pictures of that card game that I can. And by the way, can we just go back, because Gertrude went shopping with the Cogswells and it was nearly dark before they got home, and Mrs. Hopkins was visiting our girl, and they ate dinner and they played card game. Awesome. So much socializing. All right, guys, last day of the month, January 31st, you made it. Fine and beautiful until night. Then it clouded up. Looks like a storm. We loafed about all day. I love that. Isn't that wonderful? This is a Saturday as well. I wrote to Frances. We both had sleep in the afternoon. I love it. They're talking about the naps that they take, and they just loafed around, and you know what? That's wonderful. And it looks like, so that was the last day of the month, and it looks like things are heating up. Look how busy that is, guys. February, the first 2 days of February are busy. So with that, I love that sound. Let's lock it up. And, oh, I forgot to put our newspaper clippings in there. Oh, I was like going to show you guys. Hold on. Calm down. Where'd it go? Wait a minute. I was going to show you. Hold on. Oh. So I have the newspaper clippings as I showed you, but also this is the original, original package to the key. So let's look at it. Bear with me, which you have, you guys, you're an angel. So there's the little key. You know, for giggles. Okay, maybe I can't get in it. Maybe this isn't the key. This is not the key for this diary. Guys, are you kidding me? Hold up. Wouldn't that be hilarious if these are not the keys? Oh, there's only one in there. This... I was so excited to get the key. No, this does not belong to this. And wouldn't you think that anything would open this? Nope. Guys, the reason I was excited is because when I'm all done with this on my channel, I'm probably going to auction it off and sell it and see if there's any interest in it. So, but this key does not work. So I don't know what this key was for, but womp womp. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening and being a part of this story. And I just love Moinetta. I love the way she writes. Now, I wonder, like, how old is she when she's writing this? You know, what are your questions? I want to find out these answers, and I hope that we do get to find out some answers. This is only a year's time, but I feel good that we'll have a good time finding out the rest of the goodies that happened to and about with Moinetta. All right, guys, thanks so much. See you on the next one. Take care.